Good afternoon, everybody. It's Jayhawks21 with you again. I need to apologize. I know I've been not posting like I said I would. Last week was crazy. I basically was busy all week, so I didn't have time to record. Um, but what I'm going to do is today I'm going to give my input on week 5, and then tomorrow I will give my input on week 6 before the game tomorrow night. Again, my apologies, but here we go. Again, this is going to be week 5. Um, so the first game I'm going to start out with was Thursday Night Football, which was the Seahawks and the Rams. And the Seahawks won that game not pretty easily, but they won by 30-29 was the final. Russell Wilson had a big game. He had 4 touchdowns. I think no picks if I remember correctly, but and and the game winner, I believe, if I remember correctly. But the Rams, even though they lost by 1, their offense to me is still struggling, in my opinion. And but the Seahawks are playing some good football. I think they're going to be incontestant with the NFC Championship game. But that's just my opinion. Second game I want to talk to you about is Indianapolis and Kansas City. Everybody thought that since Andrew Luck was retired, that Kansas City would end up handling the Indianapolis Colts easily, but that was not the case. Marlon Mack ran pretty handily against Kansas City's defense, and the Colts defense showed up, which was a surprise to me. As for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes injured his ankle, and he played through, which was a good sign, but also a bad sign. He couldn't move around like he needed to, but that was Kansas City's first loss of the season. Again, the score was 19-13. Justin Houston stops Damian Williams on a fourth down play, which sealed the game for Indianapolis. The Colts just ran all over the Chiefs, basically. Second game is the Cardinals and Bengals. Cardinals won 26-23. Kyle Murray got his first victory as a pro. He ran for a touchdown, set up the game winner for their kicker. The Bengals offense still struggling. 0-5 for the first time since I've seen them play. Don't count me on that. But it's not looking good for their rookie head coach either. I think if they lose one more game, that he'll be out of a job. The Bills beat the Titans by 7, 14-7. Bills defense shows up. Josh Allen throws for 2 touchdowns. Titans offense, not the Titans offense that I was expecting to see. They struggle, which I didn't expect. But we'll see what happens next week with Tennessee. Next game, Raiders and Bears, and this game had so much hype on it. I was kind of interested to see what this was about. With Khalil Mack playing against his former team, the Raiders got the best of the Bears though, 24-21. The Raiders running back Josh Jacobs runs for 2 touchdowns. And the offense for the Bears struggled for, I wouldn't say struggle, but the Raiders' defense is getting better. The Bears' offense did throw a couple touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, but not enough to overcome the Raiders. The Saints beat the Bucks 31-7. This is the Saints' second win without Drew Brees. Teddy Bridgewater showing hype of what he did in college, which is good. If Drew Brees decides to retire after this season, I believe that Teddy Bridgewater will become the face of that franchise. The Bucks, Winston struggled. Week 4, he had an amazing game, and the defense just got shredded apart, basically. So we'll see what happens again with the Bucks next week. They should bounce back, hopefully. But in my opinion, if you guys do fantasy football and you guys have Chris Godwin, or you don't have Chris Godwin, pick him up, start him, trade for him. He's been on fire ever since week 1. That's my opinion. Vikings beat the Giants 28-10. The Vikings offense shows up after a couple weeks of not showing up, and Kirk Cousins and Adam Thielen go off. Their defense holds Daniel Jones and the struggling offense of the Giants without Saquon Barkley to 10 points, which is good for the Vikings because they need to stay in contact with the race of the NFC, because that race is getting close. The Eagles and Jets. Eagles have a field day on defense. They pick off the Jets quarterback a couple of times, run a touchdown back, and the Jets remain winless without Sam Darnold. So we'll see how that goes coming up in a couple of weeks. Let's see here. Ravens and Steelers. This was a good game. Lamar Jackson does what Lamar Jackson does. They go into overtime and they win. This game was back and forth, turnovers, everything. The big news for the Steelers is Rudolph got injured. He got blasted on a hit. And when I watched that play, I freaked out. I was like, I hope he's okay, but at the same time, I hope he's not dead, basically, because he was not moving for 2 minutes. And I kid you not, when you're playing football, not moving for not even 2 minutes is not good. But the final score was 26-23. Ravens won that one. Patriots 33, Redskins 7. Patriots defense comes to Washington and plays crazy. Had a couple picks. The Patriots offense to me is still not showing me good vibe, in my opinion. We will see what happens next week though. But the Redskins defense had no answer. They did pick off Brady once, but after that pickoff, they had no answer for Brady. Again, we'll see what happens with the Patriots next week. They play Thursday night, or they played Thursday night. I won't give away the score. They do play Thursday night against the Giants, against struggling Giants. Panthers and Jags. McCaffrey goes off, runs for a couple touchdowns, has a field day. And it was crazy. 34-27 was the final. Jacksonville, Gardner Minshew, he's still doing good, but that offense still needs a couple times of work, I guess. But they lose a close one. To lose by 7 at home, it's not good, but it's not great at all. Texans and Falcons. Texans win 53-32. Yes, I